I was in Germany a number of years ago, and I was visiting a church in the city of Dresden. Now, just a really brief history of the city of Dresden. One of the most beautiful cities in the world, and you should definitely visit it. But also, it was firebombed during World War II and completely leveled. Just about every building crumbled to the ground. It's been rebuilt since, which is awesome. But it was completely leveled. Now, I don't have time to get into the whole story. It's an interesting one if you want to read into it. But Dresden was not necessarily viewed as a tactically advantageous city. Like, it wasn't a big, strong military target. Now, the Germans had recently attacked a British city that wasn't necessarily considered a military target, and some people speculated that this was an act of revenge. Well, you attacked one of our civilian cities, so we're going to attack and destroy one of your civilian cities. Historians have a lot of debates about this kind of thing, but that was a lot of the opinion at the time. And so anyway, it was a really horrible event. A lot of civilians died, and the whole city, this beautiful city, burned to the ground. And again, they had since rebuilt it, which is just really beautiful. But I was walking through on a tour, and the pastor there was kind of giving me a bit of a story of the history and showing me all the buildings and everything. And we got to this church that was at the center square of Dresden, this big, beautiful church. And as soon as we rounded the corner, I saw this huge angel and this huge principality, this huge demon, in this battle with one another. And this battle was happening in extreme slow motion. It was happening so slow that one of the angel's hands was only moving millimeters over several minutes, like very, very, very slow. And I asked the Holy Spirit what that meant, and I just heard him say, "This is a battle that's been going on for a long period of time. This is representative of something that's been happening over a long period." And I noticed right away that the angel didn't look very well equipped. It was just kind of in this light sort of tunic thing around its waist, and didn't have any other armor or anything except for this big glowing sword, this big, strong, it was actually this blue metal sword that it was holding, and it was kind of holding it up towards the demon like it was going to come get it. And that sword stood out to me. It looked like it was almost out of place with the rest of the way the angel looked. And just then, the pastor started sharing a story where when they finally rebuilt the church, some of the pilots, and the sons of the pilots, came to Germany when they were recommemorating that church there, and actually donated some of the bells from the church there to the church that had been rebuilt. In fact, they donated bells from the city that had been destroyed by the Germans, that maybe Dresden had been destroyed in retaliation for, as this act of reconciliation and forgiveness. And I saw a vision of that day of all the people gathered at that ceremony, and I saw that sword in the middle of this ceremony about restoration, about forgiveness, appear as a sword in the hand of that angel. And immediately I just heard the Holy Spirit say, "Forgiveness is a weapon. Forgiveness is a weapon."